Hello and welcome back to Pocket Rockets. Today, we have something special. And not only is the thing we're going to be very special, today itself is also very special. Today, surprisingly, I have time, so I'm going to film 4 videos and upload them throughout this night. Because it's already, let's see, what time is it? 6:05? I think so. Yeah, anyways, today we're going to be reviewing this brand new Nissan Skyline from Tomica. So, the Skyline nameplate is pretty complex. There are, of course, the Skyline GTRs, but those are not the cars we're going to be focusing on today. Today, we're going to be focusing on the Skyline sedan. And if you watched my video last week or the week before, I did a review on this Blitz-inspired Nissan Skyline, and I kind of made this video so I could mention the Skyline in this video, so it's all related. So let's just get into it. So I think I'm gonna be doing a comparison between the older one and the newer one, and basically, I mean, I definitely prefer the newer one, but the older one has its cool stuff too. And then we'll talk about how it is actually pretty. It actually looks like a GTR, so we're gonna put the GTR right here to mention for later. And today, the main attraction is the new Skyline, which is right here. So let me move around these stuff. Let's get the Skyline to the middle, the Pocket Rocket 64 back here, and remove this hair. Jesus, why is it so? That's the hair. All right, let's remove. We removed it. And one of these cars is the special color round, which, if you're new to Tomica, the special color round is basically a special color for the casting that is new. So let's say the special color round is the white one right here. So it has this Japanese character here, and I can actually read these. Although I'm not Japanese, I am Taiwanese, but I could actually read those because the Japanese characters are basically borrowed from Chinese characters, which is pretty cool. So if I go to Japan, I could still read some stuff. But yes, this one is the special color round, and this one is the normal color round, but with a customization, which is the wheels, but we'll get into that later. So let's take a look at the car first. So just to be fair, I'm going to be looking at the stock version, and then since these two are modified, I can look at them together, which is pretty cool. And just the flex, I have 2 more boxed right there. So these 2 are the ones that you see right now, and these 2 are still brand new boxed, and I'm waiting for them to shoot up a value so I could sell them. All right, let's go. So I'm just saying, I'm not a scalper. That was not mainly, all for humor, so don't hate me. Right, so let's get started. So this car is, of course, it's a Skyline, and it's got facelifted. So the main facelifted feature is the super duper big grille that everyone hates, but I think it's just a trend to hate on everything that's new. Like, when you think about it, every new concept car that comes out, people are like, oh my god, this thing's so ugly. I prefer the older one. So let's say the 2019 Mustang came out. So is it 2019 or 2018? There's the newest generation of the Mustang came out, and everyone's like, oh, I hate this, the grille is way too big. I'm definitely sticking to the 2015 model. And now people look at the 2015 model and they're like, oh, this is so outdated. The 2019 is way better. So it's like, what's the point in hating new cars when like automakers, they pretty much make trends while us people follow trends. So they make the stuff that we are eventually gonna like the new BMW 4 Series. I know I definitely don't like it right now, but that grille is definitely gonna grow on me, like this one had already grown on me. So yes, let's talk about how the car is very GTR-ish. So let's bring the GTR over here. So I kind of have this new thing. It's this transparent board, so I could fit both cars on here, and you can still see the back, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the Nissan GTR, you can see, has this kind of silver. Let me put the car right here. has this kind of silver line going throughout the front, and that is actually one thing that is pretty commonly found on Nissan cars these days. So there's like kind of this silver focus camera. There's a silver line right here. It kind of goes like that shape. It's kind of that shape. Focus on my hand camera. It's kind of this shape. And you can also find that on the new Skyline. And I definitely say, I think the new GTR is gonna have the face of a Skyline. I'm just saying. Like, I think if like this face plus the GTR rear end is definitely gonna be killer. Let's just kind of. Oh, that looks freaking good. I mean, the proportions don't match though. Alright, so enough talking about how the car differs from the GTR. Let's actually take a look at my two custom ones, because I know this is the ones. These are the ones that you're going to be wanting to see. So if you want to see this car in more detail, you should definitely go check out my video that I made on it. It's amazing, and I did make an improvement. I made this sun strip, and it says Blitz on there because that is what this car is inspired to be. So yes, the two cars are definitely different right there. The newer one has a bigger wheel, like I mentioned, and they both have aftermarket wheels. This one has the BBS style wheel, and this one, the newer one, has my favorite wheel I've ever created. So why do I say created? Well, when I bought this wheel, it was all black in red trim on the side, which I really didn't like. And the only reason I bought it was because all the other colors were out. So then I said to myself, I want some Advan wheels, and I have some, but I don't like the way they look. So why don't I just recolor them? And here it is, gold with silver, with the silver circle on the side. Looks so cool. And also the front, we have some detail right there for the front. This one has a fog light detail, and also just the down vent. And the original car does have some black detail on the vents, but it is missing the fog lights. So detail that one, and also red trim on the black trim on the what do you call it? The tail lights, because this car is red, and the tail lights is actually a different shade of red than the car, but you can still it's still pretty hard to see. So trim the tail lights black. And also, this is the 400R version. And if you haven't seen my 400R review, the Nissan 400R R33 review, definitely go check that out. It's a Carnell model. Excellent. Just super well made. Super gorgeous car. And also a license plate on the back. So that's basically the custom car. And now, let's take a look at the suspension. Well, I normally just kind of like mention that Tomica cars have suspension, but it is actually pretty interesting for this one, because the red suspension, you can kind of see here, when I use my finger to shake the car, it doesn't really move all that well. Let me staple it right and zoom in. There we go. When I use my finger to shake the car, it doesn't move that well. I mean, it's mainly because the axles are so thin. But for the white variation, when I use this to move the car, it definitely moves around well. So what I reached is the conclusion that the white variation, the suspension is much softer than the red variation for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just pretty interesting. And you can significantly see that when I drop the car. So right there. So for the white one, let me do it again. You could definitely hear the bass hitting the table, but for the red one, you can't really hear the bass hitting the table. So let's drop it from the same height. Yeah, it is definitely not because of the tires. Although, I mean, when I tried this before, I changed the tires, and it was the exact same result. So, yeah. Basically, that is the end of my kind of showcase of the new Skyline sedan. I won't say this is really a review. It's kind of more showcase because there's the older one. And yeah, that's basically Pocket Rocket 64 here for today. I'll see you in probably the next 10 minutes because I'm about to upload another video. So yes, Walkaround 64, you know the drill. Do this right now. Goodbye.